my name is Bianca, and I reached out to Amie to try and connect with my fiance that has passed away.
Well, somebody just said fuck, so that's interesting. That starts off with a good thing, which means that we are slightly disgruntled about something.
My biggest worry and concern since he's passed away was, is he at peace?
Interesting. So is this person like a love relationship, not like a brother relationship?
Yeah, he's my fiance, father of my kid.
And he goes, man, I love her. I love her. He's shaking. There is trauma, a lot of trauma going on here. He says something about he was shot.
He was.
He was? Okay.
And if he's okay, and nothing else mattered but those two things. Amie was able to connect with him. The reading was accurate, on point. It was him, as if he was here in physical form.
Was there like somebody else that they were aiming for?
Yes. Well, that's what I was told, yes.
He says, wrong place, wrong time. I said,
Yep.
what? Do we feel like there were like 5 people in that group that
Yep,
were...
there was
like
him and a bunch of friends, and someone who argued with another friend came, and he shot towards the crowd, but it wasn't directed towards him. What I was told.
Oh my God.
Yep, a crowd of his friends,
okay.
so him and his friends, yep.
He came in loving, charming, and super witty, as he would normally be.
He says he was looking good that day. He was
He
looking
was?
good that day. Okay.
He had on a new outfit.
Yes, he's just talking about dying in this nice shirt or dying in this nice outfit. I was like, oh, okay. He tries to feel up on you. I just want to let you know that. So if you've ever had any
I did.
interesting... Yes. That's a real thing.
I'm like, no, I thought it was just in my mind. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I had got goosebumps. It felt like somebody was rubbing my shoulder and then my back.
That is real.
He is at peace. He is okay. He is watching over me and our children.
There is a daughter. Okay. He says, can you tell my daughter? He says, like, daddy loves her. Don't you talk back to your mother. He's talking to the son, talking to the oldest son.
Okay.
And he says, tell my son, I love him. Be a good man. And don't talk back to your mother. I go, okay.
I'm glad he
tell
said
her that. He's all in it, and he's talking about, I can see you now, no matter what, essentially. Yes. So please let him know. And he loves the girls. He loves the girls.
Can he see the baby? Does he, like, you know?
So there's something about, I would not be surprised if the baby has a toy that, like, can automatically go off or something.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him. What? Oh, did, like, baby have a hard time at first, like, drinking milk properly or something?
Yes.
Or did she have... Yes. Oh. There you go. See? Good. He goes like this. He says, man, that first part, she was...
He threw up every second.
All the time. He says, but it's okay. She figured it out.
He reassured me that I'm going to be okay.
You know if it went all the way through?
I think it went through.
He kept showing me 2 holes, so I was like, maybe this is 2 shots or it went through. So let me tell you what I was thinking. So this was over like the last 4 days. So there was a guy that would put in my head an image of him laying down, kind of graphic for you, and he was a little bit lighter complected, and he was showing me like internal damage and fluid buildup and a hole going through, and he was talking about going like his body panicking, and then he's talking about no, come on. And I think they were able to like try to get him to the hospital. They were trying to get him to the hospital. Yeah. And he was just talking about medical staff around him and how he's out of his body. He's not experiencing the trauma. He's watching it happen, which means that, I'm just going to say this, but like God pulled him out. It's a higher vibrational being. And so he didn't have to feel all that pain, but he was watching it happen. He's been here. He's been talking about this for like freaking, I swear, since Saturday. But by the time you were able to get to him, or by the time you were able to see him, he was already crossed over. Really? Okay.
He said things that happened before he passed away, how he was feeling, what he sees now, and everything was on point. Everything.
I wonder if you didn't have a good feeling that day. What is that about?
He left to go outside with his friends, and then I got up because I'm one of those girls. I'm like, I'm going out too. So I got up and left at the same time. He goes left, I go right. We get into our cars. We meet at a light. I made a U-turn and just went back home because I felt like something was wrong, and I just didn't want to go outside anymore. So he rolled down his window and he said, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm never mind. I'm just going to go back home." And he's like, all right, I'll see you later. And I'm like, okay. But in that moment, I'm like, I should have probably told him to come.
That's your feeling. That's your feeling. I know. Oh my God, sweetheart. I'm so sorry you went through that. There was some reason, let me tell you, it doesn't make sense now, but there was some reason why. There's some reason, and I don't know why either. But you got that feeling, your insides, and I bet he felt it too. He just didn't listen to it. But you did.
Just knowing that I got to be in that space with him, it just meant the world to me. It made me feel good, you know? Even if it's just that one session that I had, I found peace in knowing that he is okay.
So you picked out what he was wearing?
Yes.
Good job. He goes, man, he says, tell her thank you. But what? He says, man, she picked up my clothes. She picked up my shoes. She picked up everything. He says, thank you. And he says, I was there with you making the choices. I even think like on some level you were asking him like, what do you want to wear? What do you want to wear? He says that we ended up doing a balloon release.
Yes.
I'm proud of him that he's so good at this right now. He just made me see, oh, he loves you. He loves you. He loves y'all so much. He's not gone. He's okay. He's safe. He's fine. I know this is going to sound weird, but if anybody ever got murdered, this is the best possible case. And why is that? Because not only did we find the person, we're getting him prosecuted. So that means all the loose ends are tied up. He's okay. He's able to come through and talk to you. He's able to come through and talk to mom. He's not going to leave you. He's not going anywhere. He can go to the light if he wants to, and he does, but he wants to be here and hang out with you and make sure that you and the kiddos are okay too, and that your family is okay. And so he goes back and forth. There will be some times that you don't even think he's there, but he is, okay? He is. And, what? What? He's funny. Can you get like a necklace with his picture in it and wear it all the time?
Yes.
What is that? Do you have one already?
So I have one. It's in my room. It has a bit of his ashes in it, and then it has his face on it. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Please wear that all the time. That's what he said.
So he wants me to wear it.
Yes, absolutely.
I would definitely recommend for anyone who has lost a loved one, who wants some closure, some peace, some clarity, to do something like this, because it really, really, really is everything. It really is. Thank you, Amie.
And so you do talk to his mom?
Yeah, I was with her over the weekend.
Oh! And he goes like this. I said, what do you want to say to anybody? He says, oh, she talks to my mom. You can give her a message. And I said,
Yep.
Really? They're on good terms? He goes, yeah. And he says, like, he loves her. He keeps doing the heart. He adores him. He loves both y'all. But he says, like, he's all right, Mom. He's all right, Mom.